Hello students, I Prabha Sharma welcome you to the last content of the subdivision of journal. I will tell you the concept of the bill receivable book and the bill payable book and the journal proper. But before to start, I want to tell you the generally as per the syllabus bills receivable book and the bill payable book is not considered. But as the rules of the subdivision of journal, that means the number of books can be increased, number of books can be decreased. But the organization, if they are not preparing the bill receivable book and bill payable book, it means these entry will go to the journal proper. It means the journal proper means if the subdivision of journal don't have any kind of the book, the rest of the entry will remain in journal proper. So this is the format of the bill receivable if you are making. That means bill receivable book is used to bill receipt from the customer. If the goods sold to the customers by drawing the bill and that means the on the customers, then entry will be the bill receivable account debit to the customer's name to the customer account. So here the Messrs Sham is listed. The Messrs Sham word means the name of customer is here, and then the bill is given on the 5th March. Bill has been written on the 5th March. I am giving the disclosure now. This is also the one complete chapter will come in front of you related with the bill of exchange. Will give you the complete details of the bill receivable. But here I am telling the first entry like the passing of the entry, how to pass the bill receivable entry. When the bill receivable entry is there, then one entry is needed, bill receivable account debit to customers. Then the customer, suppose I am referring here the Sham. So the here the 5th March is on the writing of the bill, and then this is the date of writing the bill. The entry is passed on the 5th March, and then entry is bill receivables to Sham. That's why the Sham is listed here with the name of customer to whom the from whom the money will be received. And the terms has been given. Receivable word is referring the money will be received within the 2 months. After the 2 months. So from 5th March to the 2 months you make addition. That means for calculating the due dates. The due date is also listed 8 May. I am telling the first 5th March plus 2 months as a terms given plus 3 grace days additional days will be added. Then the due date can be calculated, and then it is to be called as 8th March. This is the systems to calculate the due date. Question will tell you the date of writing. Question will tell you from whom you have to receive. Question will tell you the time period also. But due date you have to calculate by using the system 5 March plus 2 months and plus 3 grace days. But 8th May is there and then the amount will be listed. If the gusted holiday is there, one day before the due dates will be considered. And now this is the format of receiving. If you want to make the bill receivable entries there or the separate book is needed, then you don't have to pass these entries to the journal proper. If you are not preparing, then this entry bill receivables to the customer will go to the journal proper. And this is the details of related for the bill receivable. In the same manner, the bills payable book. Bills payable means the payables to suppliers. When the bill accepted by the person, so that's why here the name of supplier will be written down. On 1st March, the bill has been written down. Bill has been accepted. So to whom the money will be given, here the name of supplier like Ram is here. 1 month is given. Then how will you calculate the due date? Due date will be calculated date of writing of the bill, that is 1st March plus 1 month terms and the 3 grace days 4th March April. But if it is the gusted holiday, then one day before it is to be considered as due dates and the amount is. If you are not preparing, then entries will be passed into the journal proper. And the what is journal proper or the journal. So what is the mean of the concept? The any entries don't have any book will be entertained into the journal proper. That's why it is to be called as journal proper, not the journal. Journal means every transaction will go to the journal, but journal proper means only the balance entry having no book will be entertained here. Here the items are listed here. All the cash items will be recorded in the cash book. Already told you when you are preparing. Next is the all the goods item may be related with the purchase, may be related with the sale, may be related with the returns like purchase returns and the sale. But it should be related with the goods on credit. will go to the purchase, sale and purchase returns and the sale returns book. And if item is there, if the bill receivable and the payable book is maintained, then this will go to the bill receivable. Otherwise go to journal proper. So the journal proper means the rest of the entries we don't have the number of books, only the rest of the entries will remain into the journal proper. Like journal, you have to pass the journal entries, name is changed, only journal proper. So I think now this is the entries related to the journal proper. First is opening entries, closing entries, rectifying entries, transfer entries, adjusting entries, dishonor of the bills entries, and the money invested in business other than cash. And now the rebate and discount allowed entries, and the assets purchased on credit, and the amount bad debts, that means becoming irrecovers bad debts entries, and any other entries which don't have the book. These entries how to pass, you know, in the journal. So you should have to pass the entry, opening, closing, rectifying, other transfer entry, and then you may see where the cash is not there, where the goods is not there, the all the entries will go to the journal proper. So I think the entries are clear to you how to pass into the journal proper. Thank you.